Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Jacob. In this video, I want to talk to you about a big problem that I see with aspiring affiliate marketers in 2021. Okay, I'm going to roll the intro. We'll jump into it. Alrighty, before we dive into this one, if you haven't already, be sure to firstly subscribe to the channel. That would be much appreciated. And secondly, give this video a like, helps get the content out to more people, okay? So this issue that I am seeing in the affiliate marketing space, and I've been in this space for many, many years now, is people seem to be almost addicted to launches, okay? One thing I see, especially over on Facebook, is people might be trying to do, Facebook organic strategies, which are amazing, work very well. We've had a ton of success stories through our programs of students coming in from scratch and leveraging these strategies to do really, really well. But one thing that I see with people who are struggling, not all, there can be other reasons, is this kind of erratic jumping from launch to launch based on whatever the flavor of the month is. Right? Like they'll see someone's releasing a new product, so I'm going to promote that. And then what ends up happening is over a month, 2 months, 3 months, you've promoted 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things. And in some cases, you're giving yourself the opportunity to make a bit of money. But to your audience, to the people who are following you, you just look confused. Right? You look kind of confused and erratic, and it's like 1 month they're selling me this, next month they're selling me this. It's like, what do you actually believe in? Or are you just someone who can be kind of bought and paid for and will promote anything to make the commission? Right? As I said, I've been doing affiliate marketing for a very long time and I haven't promoted that many products. There is a lot of power in consistency. Right? If you have a core product, you can have a couple of others around the edges and jump in from launches from time to time, like I did with mastermind.com, when you see a really strong opportunity. But constantly jumping from launch to launch, especially if it's with someone who, you don't really know if the product's going to be any good, or they don't have any credibility, or they've got a shitty track record, you're putting your own brand at risk. Right? You're putting your own brand at risk because you look erratic, and how well do you really know what you're selling? Or are you just getting a link because you think this is the next thing and you want to make a buck? Okay. In the content marketing game, which is what I'm pretty heavily involved in here, email marketing, Facebook, that kind of stuff, there's a big argument to be made for a regular pitch on the same product. Okay, I saw this in really, really powerful effect last year, okay, on this channel and over on Facebook. We've since broadened our product range, but in 2020, we had really one core product until we've rolled out like a feeder program, but we had one core product, which was the Super Affiliate Accelerator. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. And I was doing, for a very long time, I did daily videos, regular content and promotions about it in my Facebook group. And what happens is, if you're doing content the right way, and I've got other videos on my channel about how to do content the right way, is you've got this audience of people there who are interested in this topic, and your content's building goodwill by providing value. But then if you're doing the other things which your content should do, which is kind of change people's beliefs and handle objections and do all these kind of things, you're slowly chipping away at your audience's reasons for not buying, right? Like if they haven't purchased yet and they're genuinely interested in that topic, then there's something that's stopping them. And the more content you put out, the more goodwill you build up, the more objections you handle in your content, the more kind of perspective changes you give them. Day by day, week by week, month by month, you are chipping away at the reasons why they shouldn't buy that thing. And you're mounting more and more of a case as to why they should. And then you make the offer. 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 And what happens is two things. The dominoes start to tip over. People start to run out of reasons not to buy. And through sheer brute force of consistency, they start to jump in. The second thing that happens, and we saw this in practice in August and in November, is if you show up consistently making that offer and doing those other things, you build up this huge bank of people kind of on the fence, right? So we kept our program at the same price from like February to August. It was $1,500. And then in August, we announced a price increase to $2,000. So we had 5 months of providing goodwill, making offers, and showing up, every single day on different platforms, but putting this in front of people, putting it in front of people, putting it in front of people, putting it in front of people. That plus our affiliate network, there was literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people on the fence. So then when you deploy marketing strategies like scarcity, right, like increasing the price, people start to get a bit of FOMO and they jump in big numbers, right? But if every month you're promoting something different, or every month you're trying to use these tactics of I'm increasing the price or false scarcity like some people do, all of those things, they do not have that same impact. They don't have the same effect, okay? So one of the things I always say to my students is look at what other people are doing and do the opposite, right? That's a lesson I've learned from quite a few people, but I repeat it because it's worth repeating. And if the majority of people are out there jumping around and, kind of got ADD when it comes to launching, do the opposite. Be the beacon of stability. Become the go-to for one product, right? Like the top affiliates that have come through my program, all of them have gone on to do their own things in a big way because they built up this big audience of people who trusted them, and through consistency of not jumping around and doing 1,000 things, the strength of that audience is really, really there, and it's not, super scattered, and it's like I'm pitching 1,000 different things, and this week I'm all about crypto, and this week I'm about affiliate marketing, and now there's this e-com thing, and I got this funnel, and now I'm doing YouTube. Like it's a mess for most people, and you lose credibility, and you can never really build up this momentum in your audience and this momentum in your offers that helps elevate your authority, which is what can then unlock the purchase. Okay. This is also actually really, really good for your mental state when it comes to creating content. So just think about it this way. If you've got 3 like practical components in your business, you've got what you sell, you've got how you sell it, and then you've got who you sell it to. So the who in this case is like, what's your avatar, what platform are they on, and how are you communicating with those people? When I say who, that's what I mean. Like, what does that individual, who is that individual, and how are you communicating with them to move them into your sales process, how you sell it to them. So think about this. If every month you're jumping around, you're probably targeting different people, you've got a different conversion strategy because it's a different product, and you're selling them something different, new offer, you got to come up with new bonuses, all that kind of shit. That's so much work, right? And for most people, they're not going to be getting the return that they want, right? That can work once you've got a massive list and a following. Anything you promote will sell. But if you're trying to get started doing that, you're going to struggle, okay? Unless you're in like that kind of launch world where it's very churn and burn, and I'll let you decide if that's something you want to do or not. But if you're in the building a strong personal brand type world, it's not going to work, okay? So take that scenario that I just described to you, and then let's look at the alternative. If you've got a core product and maybe a couple of other little things around the edges that's got one core conversion method, right? Either that's a conversation, it's a call funnel, it's a sales funnel, right? We've used all of them and they all work, okay? Because it was a good offer, it is a good offer. You have one thing now on an ongoing basis to focus on. And that's putting people into that process. So you can now focus all your energy on creating good content, on finding the right people, and then moving them down that same path every day. Ushering people through that process. Just ushering people through that process. And the buyers will start to come out the other side. It's not going to happen overnight, might not happen in a week, might not happen in a month, might not happen in 3 months. But if you keep doing that your content keeps getting better and better and better and better, it will happen. Right? I had a guy message me yesterday who he's been pretty consistently doing $1,000 months with limited time in his business because he runs a family and all that kind of stuff. He's got a job. And we've been working a bit more closely over the last few weeks. And we upped his content game. Not necessarily quantity, but quality. We use some different strategies. He's done like $3,500 in the last 3 weeks. Not too much changed around those other pillars. We made some tweaks to the offer and some minor tweaks to the sales process. But now that they're done once, we're back at that content piece and we can just focus on dialing in on that more and more and more and more. Okay. So if you feel like your head's spinning in this online business space and you've been doing that kind of launch hopping, just cool your jets on it and think maybe I need to kind of stabilize this a little bit, and that's a path to do it. Okay, if you want help with that kind of stuff, you can check out the links in the description and you can see the programs that I run. They might be a right fit for you, they may not be, but keep this in mind if you're trying to crack the affiliate marketing game. There's power in stability, and over the long term, you'll build up a really, really strong brand who's perceived to be, stable, in it for the long run, and those marketing strategies will be a hell of a lot more effective. All right, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.